Stand by. Good day and welcome to the Activision Blizzard's Q4 2017 earnings call.
Call of Duty World War II was the top-grossing console game worldwide in 2017, making it the #1 franchise globally, a spot the franchise has held for 8 of the last 9 years. Means that the most successful video game franchise of the last 20 years continues to be healthy and vibrant and will carry strong momentum into 2018. This fall, we plan to continue to exceed fans' expectations with a new release from Activision's Treyarch, the creators of Black Ops, the most successful sub-franchise in Call of Duty history, and we cannot wait to share more about that with you on future calls.
So, overall, I'd say our strategy for Call of Duty is working. You know, World War II is a blockbuster. We've got a thriving Black Ops community who's excited for the upcoming Treyarch-developed game, and I honestly really wish I could say more about what we have in the pipeline because I'm so excited about it, but suffice it to say, I think we have the best 3-year slate in Call of Duty's history, and I think we've got multiple different game universes that we know our players love on tap. So obviously more to come on that.
What you've just heard was CEO Bobby Kotick talking at the recent Activision earnings call. He basically confirmed that this year's Call of Duty is being developed at Treyarch, and he hinted that it will be another installment in a popular Call of Duty sub-franchise. But even if we overlooked his statements, we'd still have quite a good idea of what this year's Call of Duty is going to be, what platforms it will come out on, and when it is set. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the GameGround everything you should know about this year's release of Call of Duty. On February 3rd, industry insider Marcus Sellers, who has a pretty good track record of correctly predicting unreleased information, posted this tweet. Ever since then, there has been a lot of talk about Call of Duty 2018. According to Sellers, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is coming to PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch this year. It's boots on the ground and it's set in modern times. Just 3 days after this tweet, Eurogamer, one of the biggest and most reliable European gaming websites, released an article in which they reaffirmed a lot of this information. Multiple independent sources confirmed to Eurogamer that this year's Call of Duty is in fact Black Ops 4 and that it will be less futuristic and have a more grounded feeling compared to 2015's Black Ops 3, and Eurogamer is indeed a very credible news outlet. For instance, last year, they reported on the Call of Duty World War II name, as well as its setting, more than a month prior to the official announcement. So you can pretty much count on the Black Ops 4 information to be true. What the Eurogamer sources weren't able to verify though is whether or not the game is also in development for Nintendo Switch, thus take that with a grain of salt. However, given that the Switch is one of the fastest selling consoles of all time, and that Activision has a long history of releasing Call of Duty games on many different Nintendo platforms, including the not so successful ones like GameCube and the Wii U, it's almost certain we will see Call of Duty make its debut on Switch sooner or later. It's just a little unclear whether it will happen this year or sometime after that. What we are sure about though is what time period Black Ops 4 is going to be set in, and that is in the modern era. How do we know? Well, besides it being confirmed by Marcus Sellers and partially also by Eurogamer, late last year Treyarch put up a job listing in which they wanted the applicant to have a quote, deep knowledge base of firearms and modern military technology, clearly suggesting that the game they're working on is set in the present day or close to it. Interestingly, it will be Treyarch's first entry in the franchise to be set in this time period. As World at War was set in World War II, Black Ops 1 took place during the Cold War, Black Ops 2 was set in the near future, and the events of Black Ops 3 take place all the way in 2060s. The implication is that the gameplay and the setting of Black Ops 4 will be most reminiscent of Black Ops 2 and perhaps the Modern Warfare series. This shows that Activision and Treyarch are listening to their fanbase, since a large part of the Call of Duty community has been complaining that Black Ops 3 was way too far-fetched with all the futuristic tech. Despite that, Black Ops has become the most commercially successful Call of Duty sub-franchise. Therefore, it is understandable why they chose Black Ops 4 to be their 2018 release. It's true though that this is going to be the first time Activision makes a 4th installment in a sub-series as there is no Modern Warfare 4. But it is especially apparent why they decided to continue the successful Black Ops series when you consider that the current gen Call of Duty games that weren't a part of a bigger sub-franchise, that is Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, and Infinite Warfare, all had disappointing sales figures. Anyway, going back to this year's entry, when is Black Ops 4 going to get announced, and when will you be able to get your hands on it? Well, judging by previous years, it should be revealed sometime in late April and released in early November. However, ever since Rockstar pushed back Red Dead Redemption 2 to the end of October, there have been discussions about whether Activision will react to this delay and move this year's Call of Duty away from its usual spot. Because even though they're two completely different games, Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2 will surely affect the sales of each other to some extent. Nonetheless, I don't believe Activision will be too worried about launching BO4 in early November, despite it being only a week or two after the release of Rockstar's highly anticipated sequel. So this has been everything you should know about this year's Call of Duty so far. We know almost for a fact it's going to be Black Ops 4, it will be Treyarch's first installment in the franchise set in modern times, it's coming to PS4, Xbox One, PC and possibly the Switch in November, and all of this should be made official sometime this April. What are your thoughts on all this? Are you glad Black Ops will return, or would you rather see Treyarch work on something brand new? Or do you think Activision should just stop making Call of Duty games altogether? That's an opinion too. In any case, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please like the video if you thought it was any good. Also, make sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon not to miss any of my upcoming videos. Until then, this has been GameGround. See you around.